Double nunchaku training breakdown. Okay, if you notice here, I'm transitioning from nunchuck to nunchuck. So there's sometimes I'm only using one nunchuck and then I double up with it. So I would recommend you training with one nunchuck from right hand to left hand, from left hand to right hand. You know, just practicing the motion of going over the shoulder and getting the coordination down. Because this is basically coordination once you're spinning both of them. You know, take fear out your mind. There's no such thing as fear, because in reality the nunchuck is going to hit you. The points that the nunchucks are going to hit are your elbows, mostly your knees, and maybe sometimes in your head. So keep that in mind, and once you get used to getting hit with it, you know, it's become easier for you. You won't fear it no more, because there's no such thing as fear. You know, just all what you perceive in your mind as being. So basically what you're seeing here, I'm working, transitioning from one hand to the other, doing basic swings out, basic rotation, basically spins to set up for the strikes under the armpit strike out. And as I said before, you want to train only one nunchuck and practice going from left to right. Here I'm shooting out both at one time. This is coordination now. Bam, one, bam, next one. You see a transition under, side to side, spinning back over the shoulder, bam, strike. So I'm using the spin to set up, just like I'm using one, double, bam, on the armpit, spin out, over the shoulder, back under. I'm doing double spins there, front spin and back spin. If you notice, I'm always in motion. My legs are moving, my footwork is moving. I'm moving backwards, I'm coming forward. I'm using the nunchucks. Sometimes I use one to set up for the other strike. You know, there you go, double strike, spin, back over the shoulder, boom on armpit, strike, strike. I move back a little bit, come under the armpit, strike out, double. This is a crossover strike, boom. You can strike to the tempo, strike to the body, the legs. Anywhere this nunchuck hit is gonna do some damage. I'm gonna do a feint here. I'm gonna look to over my right, at my opponent. But I'm gonna like step back and then strike. Boom, I look, step, boom, like a feint. Boom, I use that nunchuck, right hand set up for the left, which is coming now. Boom, strike. So you can use them one after the other simultaneously, you know, by setting up with the other hand. Boom, strike, boom, under, boom, catch, boom, strike out, boom. And the spins are to set up for strikes. So if you see me spinning to the side, it's to keep my opponent at bay. Have him guessing, you know, you want to keep your opponent guessing. You don't want him to know what you're going to do. You want him to like be confused. So basically you want to train one nunchuck first, then get used to having it moving from one hand to the other hand, and also doing spins on both sides just with one. Then once you get used to the one, just add the second one to it and do the same thing that you would do if you only had one nunchuck. But the difference is you're going to have coordination, okay, you're spinning both. So that's the whole thing. Check out my other nunchuck videos I have, where I'm using only one single chucks. Nunchuck training 1 to 7. So you can check that out and, you know, get a little more in-depth training in using only one. Basically, once you can use one, you can use two. Okay, you're basically doing the same thing you would do, you know, if you only had one. So you just, as I said, it's just coordination, control, and also getting over the fear of getting hit. Remember, fear is an illusion, no such thing. The weapon is gonna hit you. I'm using real nunchucks here, and I've been hit a lot of times, several times through the years. So you cannot avoid being hit sometimes. So I would recommend using plastic foam chucks so you can avoid the bump and bruises. Once you feel confident in yourself and you know you have the control, the coordination, then move on to the real nunchucks. Also very important, I almost forgot, nunchuck placement. You will notice when I'm swinging the chucks across my body, the chain is passing my hips, is passing my side. I'm not cutting short. Like here, I'm swinging, but I'm swinging all the way through. I'm not swinging short. If you swing the chuck short, you're gonna hit your elbows, you hit your knees, hit you in your head. So you wanna swing all the way through. So that chain is gonna cross all the way around your hips, your waist, or over your shoulder. And that back end of that chucks is gonna rest to the side. So that's how you're gonna avoid hitting your elbows and hitting your knees. So correct placement is very important to avoid injuries. Keep on kicking, subscribe to my channel, rate, comment, check out Gichie.com.